They're off for the She's a Maneater Trophy. Is that a fact? Mamma Mia, they step out last. Fun Condon got a good start with Tistock on the outside. California Crown is showing good dash. And California Crown leaves the 7 with a 1.5 length advantage. It's held over a Desert of Malibu as they run toward the 6. Mamma Mia has made ground and now moves down into third. Fun Condon racing in between horses. Tistock toward the outside, and Is That a Fact? Hopeless at the back, a long way last. They're racing up toward the final 5/8, and California Crown strides out with a 5 or 6 length lead. It's held over Desert of Malibu going in chase. 2 lengths back to Mamma Mia. Fun Condon in between horses. Tistock racing out 3 wide, and Is That a Fact? Yet to recover. A half a mile to run. Into the turn they go. Can they catch this California Crown? Fleet-footed and leading by 4 lengths. Desert of Malibu now sent in chase. Fun Condon wound up by Robert Halladine. On the outside, that's a Tistock in the red and many colors. Mamma Mia has faded back badly. Is That a Fact? Forget that one. As they come charging past the 5/16th, about to come into the top of the lane. And Desert of Malibu has now snatched that lead. The rider having a peep behind as they leave the quarter pole. And it is Desert of Malibu under a vigorous ride from Radish, the sneaky fox Roman. He's opening up some 4 lengths. Here's Fun Condon, the Mouttet Mile Miller now let loose on the outside, but it's Desert of Malibu, the mare, who continues to respond to the left-hand stick. Fun Condon trying to cut into that lead. Desert of Malibu out in front. Here is Fun Condon now beginning to close. Desert of Malibu driven to the boards. Fun Condon diving. It's close. Close between Fun Condon, Desert of Malibu. Then Is That a Fact? And Tistock back and forth. Michael Sims is ready. They're off. Champion Bubbler came off a beat slow with Money Market and Mojito. California Crown came out running. Unbelievable force, 3 parts of a length on the rail. Mahogany is also making progress. There goes Pack Plays now with a burst of energy as they charge past the half mile. And the Pack Plays has scooted through to get that lead from California Crown. Mahogany right there. So too Money Market. Unbelievable force races behind them. 5.5 lengths off that lead as they leave the 3. Mojito has to make some ground. A gap of some 6 lengths to Chocomo. Champion Bubbler just toward the outside. Fearless Soul runs the rail and is last. They're coming into the top of the lane. Pack Plays continues to chart the course. The stick now coming out in the left hand. Money Market trying to run Pack Plays down. Mahogany is also asked to close up. Mojito is racing down against the rail, but it is Pack Plays who has the lead. Pack Plays out in front. Mojito coming with a charge against the fence, but Pack Plays continues to hold a good-looking lead. Mojito trying to close the gap, but can't. Pack Plays will win it on the Richie Shakes. Mojito is second. Mahogany third. Close between Fearless Soul and California Crown. They're off for the Eros. Commandant almost went down and gives the rest a huge advantage as they make their way toward the 6. A Digital One shows speed. Toward the outside, interesting times ahead. Is That a Fact? Right there in the melee as they go flashing past the 6. Unspun races out wide. Tistock tucked in between horses. Wall Street Trader now moving down against the rail, and Commandant trying to recover after an awful beginning as they've left the 5 and make their way now toward the final half of a mile in the Eros. A Digital One just on that lead. Is That a Fact? Testing on the rail. Wall Street Trader as they leave the half mile now on the go. Unspun needs to find 4 or 5 lengths to get to that leader. Tistock 6 lengths. And at the back of the field, it's interesting times ahead as they've slipped past the 3 and make their way toward the 5/16th. A Digital One continues to hold the advantage. Tested now by Wall Street Trader. Is That a Fact? Has faded back against the rail. Unspun is in between horses. A Tistock out wide and interesting times ahead, laboring at the back. But Wall Street Trader and a Digital One, these going at it. Here is Unspun now, wound up for a challenge. Tistock is also switched on the outside, but it's still wide open. Wall Street Trader just the leader. Digital One over on the rail. Here is Tistock now closing with a flourish on the outside. Wall Street Trader now beginning to give way. Digital One on the far side. Tistock nearest to us. It's close. Could be Tistock over Digital One. Then Wall Street Trader. Unspun is 4th. They're off for the 53rd running of the Gold Cup. Fearless Force, Supernatural Power. They get off slowest of them all as they run away now toward the 6. Pack Place shows speed. Desert of Malibu chasing in second, a length down as they leave the 6. Toward the outside, Legacy Isle tugging hard. Ride Old Age kept to the outside. Fun Condon just in behind horses. Fearless Force and Supernatural Power, they race up together as a team. Tis Stock further back. Sheer Delight just ahead of Blue Vinyl. And that's the order of the field as the leaders arrive at the half mile. They go spinning into that turn for home. Pack Plays, attempting to go all the way. There goes Legacy Isle kicking in on the outside. Desert of Malibu joined by Ride All Day. A gap back to Supernatural Power, 6 lengths off that lead. Maybe some 3 or more lengths to Fearless Force. Fun Condon now wound up and asked to really go. Tistock running toward the outside, then Sheer Delight and Blue Vinyl trails the field. Pack Plays and Legacy Isle bring them into the lane. Ride All Day now beginning to kick in out 3 wide. Desert of Malibu needs to do more down against the fence, but it is Legacy Isle who grabs the lead from Pack Plays. Ride All Day now shaken hard. Legacy Isle continuing to deny them. Pack Play is not done yet. Here now on the rail is Supernatural Power. Legacy Isle with that lead. They drive inside the final yardage, and the Legacy Isle fends them off to win the Gold Cup. Ride All Day looks to be second, close between Pack Plays and Supernatural Power coming late. The Digital One just misses it at the back. Incredible Joe didn't take off that well either. A Gift from Ben shows good speed. Prince Aman running the rail. Teflon Don is there. Incredible Joe hidden from view now begins to make gains on those leaders as the field arrives at the half mile. They run past the 7/16th, and it's Dothraki now who goes for that lead. Incredible Joe just in behind. A Gift from Ben is running close in third. A break back to Prince Aman, Teflon Don, Digital One. Now picking up on the outside. Chocomo races at the back of the field. They're coming into the lane, just a quarter of a mile to run. Dothraki in between horses. A Gift from Ben now pressing on the inside. Incredible Joe needs to do more as Dothraki continues to lead them. A merry chase. Inside now the final 3/16th. It is Dothraki, the American invader. Prince Aman asked to close upon the rail. Here is Digital One kicking in, but Dothraki continues to hold the lead inside the final 16th. Digital One now under a bustling ride beginning to fly, but Dothraki will take it. Digital One is second. Teflon Don third. Prince Aman fourth. A Gift from Ben is fifth. Five furlong straight. They're off. The favourite Banadura breaks well on the far side with Mrs. Lyndhurst. Chocomo, the favourite, is running quickly near the stands. Joy is Golden is over there too, along with Money Market just a couple lengths behind them. A Bulletproof Coffee is racing in the middle of the track and showing some good early speed in the opening exchanges. They've covered the first 2 furlongs. Chocomo, Joy is Golden, Money Market, Bulletproof Coffee. Those are the main contenders in the early stages of the event as they race away now toward the final quarter. Chocomo, Joy is Golden. They're actually rubbing shoulders. Money Market in the orange sleeves races just toward the center. Over on the far side, it's a Bulletproof Coffee. Champion Bubbler trying to come into it, but it is Chocomo and Money Market continuing the war with Money Market now moving through to assume the lead. Chocomo with the fight back. Here now is Champion Bubbler exploding and bursting through between horses, and Champion Bubbler will win the Linval McFarlane Trophy. Money Market looks to be second over Bulletproof Coffee. It's close between Chocomo and Divine Force.
And wire off. Another picture-perfect start for all the runners in the race. Stayed in half, sent along to get out there with the front. He's got a share of the lead with Vulcan, who's very quick as well. Count de Monet right inside of them. Not quite quick enough to go with the top pair. He's going to ease off to put himself in a tracking position. Armagnac now racing outside of him. There's a gap of 2 to Deflator in the orange jacket. Takes the 5th spot from Excel. And Derby Date, who's down on the inside. Nautical Star well out of it today. Must be 8 or 9 behind into the 4-turn run. Have 2 runners beaten, Shooters Shoot and Navy Seal, who's the trailer. Around the 4 turn, the top 2 flex their muscles on the lead. Stayed in for half inside of Vulcan. They're right together, approaching the quarter pole with Count de Monet. No excuses, creeping in 3 wide in third. Nautical Star trying to get into the race now. Still has a lot of ground to make up. Gets to the outside as they wheel for the judge here. Stayed in for half. Leads narrowly, but here's Count de Monet pouncing on the top pair now. And Nautical Star is finding his best stride, and he's taken off like a rocket. And Nautical Star just blew past his competition and wins going away under Chris Landeros. Nautical Star wrapped up late with
They're off for the Viceroy. Tiger Amidat misses it. Supernatural Power takes off quickly, so to the speedball Mamma Mia, and Mamma Mia goes on to grab that lead. Major Danger in the black cap racing in second, just about a length and a half back. Supernatural Power races in front of Tistock as they run the far side and make their way now toward the 6. They're passing it now. Tistock racing toward the back with Tiger Amidat and Inspire Force last in the strung out field. They run toward the final 5/8 of a mile. Mamma Mia matching strides with Major Danger on the outside, and Major Danger now goes on from Mamma Mia. Supernatural Power right there in third and beginning to edge closer. A break back to Tistock. A huge gap to Tiger Amidat, and forget Inspire Force. They leave the half mile and make their way now toward the 7/16th. And now Supernatural Power is sent on. Major Danger fades back in second. Tistock begins to make gains and eye-catching progress as they leave the 3. A huge gap opens up to Mamma Mia. An even larger one to Tiger Amidat. Forget Inspire Force. They've left the 5/16th. Supernatural Power out in front with Dick Cardenas. They show on that lead at the top of the lane. Supernatural Power shaken up. Tistock now asked to launch an attack. It is Supernatural Power continuing to hold the advantage. Tistock getting closer with every stride. They run past the furlong pole. Supernatural Power continues to cling on to that lead. Tistock refuses to go away on the outside. It is Supernatural Power by just over a length and a half. And Supernatural Power wins the Viceroy Trophy. Tistock is second. Major Danger will be third. Inspire Force rushes through to grab fourth.